it is. I knew it was out here somewhere. Y'all, look at this dish. You see it's covered with bananas? Well, it's covered in bananas for a reason, because today I'm gonna be making a curry crusted banana, and I'm also gonna be making a cheesy ham and banana casserole. We're gonna finish it off with Elvis's favorite dish, a fried peanut butter and banana sandwich. So as y'all can see, today's show is all about Paula going bananas. You don't want to miss it. And I have to tell you something else. The sand gnats are so bad here today, we need to hurry up and get in the house because they're about to eat me alive. So come on in and let's go bananas together. Let's get going. I swear to Peter, I thought the sand gnats were going to eat me up before I could get back in the house. Now, it was undercover out there, so I think it's pretty clean. I'm just going to wipe it out, and I want to tell y'all about this cute little bowl. Our friend Greg Portman and his wife gave this dish to Michael and me for a wedding gift, and I have to tell you, I fell in love with it the second I opened it. I think it's just about the cutest container I've ever seen. So thanks again, Mr. and Miss Portman. Michael and I love it. All right, I'm gonna put my bananas in there. And in case you just joined us, today we're going bananas. So the first thing I'm gonna be making is a curry crusted banana. All you have to do is take your bananas, slice it right down the middle, and then I'm gonna slice them in half. And you'll want to use a nice ripe banana. You want to stay away from a real overripe banana because you want them to still have some firmness to them because we're going to bake these. I love bananas. It's probably my favorite of all fruit, and of course it's a little bit more fattening, but there's so many things that are good about it. It's full of potassium, which is good for your heart. We've got them cut. Now I've got 6 tablespoons of butter that I've melted over here on the stove, and I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of curry powder to it. And you know, curry is one of those spices that I don't use very much, but I found that it was just delicious in these bananas. You know, curry is kind of like oysters and chitlins and things like that. Either you love it or you don't love it. All right, now I'm gonna pour the butter and curry mixture. All right, and then over here, I've got 2 cups of corn flakes. Now these are not frosted. You don't wanna use the sweetened cereal. So we're gonna take our flakes and we're just gonna crush them with our hand. All right, now we're gonna take our bananas and we're gonna roll them in our curry butter mixture. And you'll want to make sure that they get totally coated with that butter. You know, when you think of bananas, you think of monkeys, don't you? Well, my grandmother Paula loved monkeys, and they owned a motel, and Grandma had monkeys, and she had them in a cage out in the front by the pool in front of the office so that when people were checking in, they could go over there and visit with the monkeys. They were bad monkeys. And I used to go to the cage and, you know, aggravate them, which made them even meaner. All right, now we're just gonna toss these in our cornflakes and put them on a greased baking sheet. You wanna make sure that you toss them completely, get them all wet with that butter so that that cereal will stick in every spot on that banana. And you're just not going to believe how good this is going to be. And plus it's, you know, good for you. It's something that you would feel good about serving your children. Now we're going to put this in a 450 preheated oven, and we're going to bake them for about 10 minutes. You want to make sure that you don't cook them too long. You know, you kind of just want to get them hot through and through. And look how pretty these are. Now we're going to put these in the oven. And in they go. And in 10 minutes, we're going to have Curry Crusted Bananas. And when we come back, I'm going to be tasting them. And I'll see y'all back in a minute because we're still going bananas. Welcome back, everybody. In case you've just tuned in, Paula's going bananas today. I'm fixing to take a wonderful curry crusted banana out of the oven, and then I'm going to be sharing with y'all a recipe for a wonderful cheesy ham and banana casserole. But first, I want you to see these curried bananas. And I can't tell y'all again how wonderful these are with like pork chops or any kind of pork. I love the crunchiness that the cornflakes give it. So I hadn't made these in a while. They're just as good as I remember them. Y'all have to try this quick, simple, and easy and nutritious side dish. All right, well, let's move on to our next dish. It's cheesy ham and banana casserole. Now, I'm going to start with a buttered 13 by 9 by 2 dish. I've got white bread that I've trimmed the crust on, and I have buttered both sides of the bread. So we're just going to take our toast, or our bread, it's not toast yet, and we're just going to lay them in the bottom of our casserole dish, just like this. And then we're going to layer some thin ham slices across it. Now this is just a deli ham, one that I bought from the grocery store. And we're just going to layer it over our buttered bread. And I'm going to put about 8 slices, and I'm going to let it overlap. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to slice 4 bananas so you can see all the different flavors I've got going on in this dish. We've got the bread, we've got the ham, we've got the bananas. I've noticed when I'm out having pizza, I'm amazed at the people that order pineapple on their pizza, which is kind of the same principle that this casserole dish is, you know, the sweet, fruity with the savory. And I think that when y'all try this recipe, that you're going to be pleasantly surprised how all these different ingredients and flavors come together. And when you're making this dish now, you'll want to make sure that your bananas are not overly soft, because again, you don't want them to turn to mush. Okie doke. All right, now we're going to top our bananas with the last 6 slices of our buttered white bread. And then I'm going to come over here. I've got 4 large eggs. I've got 1 cup of heavy cream and 1 cup of milk. All right, I'm gonna whisk our eggs together. I'm the messiest, sloppiest cook, y'all. All right. And to this, I'm going to add a little ground pepper, a little salt, and to top it off, I'm gonna grate in a little fresh nutmeg into it. That's gonna give it just a nice, smooth little spicy taste. Now I'm gonna layer some other ingredients on top of our bread. I'm gonna layer 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. This is interesting, isn't it? It's getting very interesting. All right, now I'm gonna come over here. I've got several cups of potato chips. And these are just a regular potato chip. They're not flavored. And I'm gonna crush them up. All right, next goes on our potato chips. Oh, yum. All right, now I've got about 6 slices of a crispy cooked bacon. Now I'm just gonna crush it up, and it's so crispy. That makes that job very, very simple. And I'm just gonna evenly distribute that over our potato chips. Now we've got our custard, and we're just gonna pour that evenly over all of our ingredients. This is gonna be so good. And remember, breakfast, brunch, or lunch. Perfect for all 3 of those meals. All right, so I'm gonna get this in the oven now, and it's gonna bake for about 45 minutes. And then I've got to take a little break, give y'all a chance to get something to drink. I'm gonna show you how we've put a little twist on Elvis's favorite sandwich. Welcome back. We need to get our banana casserole out of the oven. Look at this. Look, it's just a sizzling. Isn't that so interesting? All right, I'm gonna let this sit here and rest. All right. Elvis. I loved Elvis. I just think he was the most wonderful entertainer of our time. And Elvis, for all the richness that he was exposed to and all the grand places he went, you know, his roots really took him back to the foods that his mother and his grandmother fixed him. He liked very simple home cooking. And his favorite sandwich, from what I hear, was a fried peanut butter and banana sandwich. I have made just a couple of little changes in Elvis's favorite sandwich. I'm going to start by using just plain sliced white bread. I'm going to take 3/4 of a cup of a crunchy peanut butter. And I'm going to take 3 tablespoons of honey. Now to our peanut butter and honey, I'm going to add 1½ teaspoons of ground cinnamon. All right, now I'm going to take our mixture and I'm going to spread it on both pieces of bread. All right, and because we're going bananas today, we can't forget the banana. So I'm gonna take it and peel it, and I'm just gonna slice it onto our bread that's been just slathered with that peanut butter mixture. Now you can put as much or as little banana as you like. All right, so that peanut butter on both sides of those breads is gonna make that, hold those bananas in place, because if you just put peanut butter on one side, it wouldn't have as good a tendency to stick as it does with 2 pieces. All right, so I'm going to butter our bread to just make sure we have plenty. All right. And I think I can get a couple of more sandwiches on there. Ooh. All right, what I'm gonna need to do is, because my heat is not evenly distributed, I'll have to take my sandwiches and trade places with them so that they'll brown nice and evenly. Ooh, they're looking very, very good. And while these are finishing up, I'm gonna mix together a little topping that we're gonna roll our sandwiches in. And I'm using a couple of tablespoons of sugar, and I'm gonna mix a little bit of cinnamon in there and just toss it together. All right, now we're gonna take our sandwiches and we're just gonna toss them in that sugar and cinnamon. Yes, we managed to make it a little bit more fattening. This is also a great breakfast or a great afternoon snack for the children when they come in from school. They're gonna love this any time of day they can get it. So we've gotten all of our sandwiches made, and now I'm just gonna cut them diagonally and put them on their plate. Look at that. And I'm just gonna prop them up here and let everybody come in and help themselves to one of these wonderful sandwiches. All right, I can't wait to taste everything. Oh, Elvis, don't be cruel, baby. So good, y'all. Y'all come on down here because we've still got something else to taste. Our banana casserole. Oh my gracious, look at that. You're gonna be so stinking surprised when you taste this casserole. It's out of this world. I think your family's gonna love it. I'm gonna finish eating my casserole, and when we come back, I'm gonna be showing you how to put together a quick, simple, and delicious banana brownie pizza. Kinda sounds like a banana split, doesn't it? Remember, today, Paula is going bananas. I want to share with y'all a quick, easy, wonderful recipe for a banana split brownie pizza. Our marinara sauce is going to be made up of 1 softened 8-ounce package of cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 of the small cans of crushed pineapple that's been drained, and we're just going to mix those together using a hand mixer. So, voila, our marinara sauce. Now we're just going to take this and spread it onto our brownie pizza. All you start with is a store-bought box brownie mix, and you've got your crust. Now for my pizza, I'm using strawberries and sliced bananas. In fact, move on down the counter because I've already got one put together that I want to show you. We have taken the pizza, we've gotten our marinara sauce on there, our strawberries, our bananas, and you can see that I've configured this into a beautiful star shape. Now to finish it off, I'm gonna take a couple of handfuls of chopped nuts, and I'm using pecans, and now I'm gonna top it off with a little chocolate. And I'm just gonna drizzle this with a regular chocolate syrup using a pizza cutter. I'm just gonna come in here and slice this into wedges, just like that. How's that for a piece of pizza? Mmm. Mmm. You're gonna love it. I hope that y'all have had a good time today going bananas with old Paula. What can I say about Elvis's favorite sandwich? Try it with the cinnamon and the sugar. Gives it a whole different twist. And don't miss these curry crusted bananas. It goes perfectly with that piece of pork. And what a hoot is this cheesy ham and banana casserole. I think it's probably gonna be the surprise recipe of the day. And if you've got extra bananas hanging around, don't forget about this banana split brownie pizza. It's like eating your banana split in a slice. It's out of this world. So our time is up together, and as always, I send you love and best dishes from my kitchen to yours. Go bananas, y'all.